Thanks so much for joining me back again as we get to talk about one of my most favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with people. You can follow me on social media. If the description below, I have links, Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest. Pinterest, I absolutely love. Um, Lots of art pinned in there from all of my favorite artists as well as some of my own. So that's all I do is I post my artwork, and that's what you'll see on Instagram and on Facebook. I also have a free comic book that I've been posting little by little. So we are going to get to look here at Batman and the Joker, the deadly duo that started being published in 2022 and completed. We're going to try to look at a few of the issues, and if I don't complete it today, then we will complete it. Depends how long the video is. So, all right. So, I have to be honest. I tried reading this. I just couldn't get into it, but I love Marc Silvestri. I love his art. It looks like he used a pen to do all the rendering. So this isn't. This is sort of how his pencils would look. Only I think he used a pen. So he does provide the art and the story. So like I said, I tried reading it. Didn't really enjoy it as a reading experience, but comic books are a visual medium, and Marc Silvestri is a hell of an artist. So we are just going to enjoy his beautiful art. Most of the time, I see his work inked by somebody else. It's very rare that I get to see him do the artwork, but ever since he went into this pen, he does provide, because it's similar to how he does the pencils, only he's just rendering it in like a pen. So um, just pretty cool. Um, when I heard he was doing this, I bought all these off the rack when they came out last year, and most of the time I have been just covering older comic books. I still buy new stuff, and I am a sucker for Marc Silvestri, so I decided I would get this series. So you just don't get to see Marc Silvestri do. He's sort of like Todd McFarlane and Jim Lee, all these image guys. Real quick, look at this beautiful image. They just don't provide a lot of the art anymore. They hardly draw, and so it's such a treat to see him uh, put something out there. And even though, you know, the story, like I said, it was all right. They're not; these guys aren't really writers. They're just these wonderful illustrators. So when he writes his own stuff, he just gets to draw the heck out of it. So I just thought it'd be really fun to look at this. Honestly, I don't even know if this is an Elseworld or what it is, but he just had a project, and this is what he decided to do, and it's just his art is beautiful. So, um, this 2022 2023 Marc Silvestri is a lot different than that Marc Silvestri from the late 80s and 90s that did Wolverine and the Cyberforce, X-Men. Um, so I do love his art. He is one of my most favorites. So, like I said, story's okay. Just decided to that it was just better to do the visuals and look at his art, and that's what we're here for. So um even though I really couldn't get into the story, I recommend. It's beautifully drawn, so just Um, you can't go wrong getting Marc Silvestri in your life. So look at this. He's just rendering the heck out of this. This is just so different. So if you're a fan of Marc Silvestri and perhaps haven't seen him draw this, you'll be quite amazed. It looks like he's using markers as well. So I don't think he's using traditional inks. I think he's just using some markers. So a lot of great rendering. He is, like I said, a hell of an artist. These image guys, um, Jim Lee, Marc Silvestri, Todd McFarlane, man, oh man, you can see why people just love them so much. So they also showed a couple of his just plain black and white. This thing will do great if it's released as a black and white artist edition or something. Just beautiful. So now we'll be looking at issue 2. I also bought I have also the black and white version of this and the colored version. Um I love the art of Todd McFarlane as well. Capullo drew it, but Todd inked it. So, all right. So we're continuing with whatever the story was. um, it's okay to just get comic books for the art and look at the pretty pictures. It's great when you can enjoy the writing. Um, Todd McFarlane though does say that a badly written look at this, definitely I think marker of some kind. A badly written comic book that's drawn well will outsell a badly written or a well written comic book that is drawn poorly. And I believe that. Um, Marc Silvestri, as I keep saying, is just one of the best. So, um, yeah, it's just a little shocking to see just this type of rendering on him. He definitely, um, his stylistic style has changed. The compositions are pretty much the same as he would from the 90s, but um, his art has definitely changed. It's Harley Quinn. Marc Silvestri is, like I said, he's one of the ones that just changed the industry. His Top Cow part of Image, there's the Witchblade, the Darkness, Cyberforce, um, and his studio spawned um, artists like David Finch is one of his. I'm trying to think of who else. So I believe Michael Turner um, is. This reminds me of a scene in the darkness, and we'll cover the darkness. Um, we'll get to it, but Michael Turner, of course, did Fathom for Top Cow before he went on his own. Man, this is so cool. Um, Joe Benitez is from his studio. I already said David Finch is from his studio. So he has lots of people that have been influenced by him. I think David Finch is the closest to classic Marc Silvestri. And so here we have some more inked, or basically uncolored Marc Silvestri pages. Definitely marker, I would say. And some white media here. That is so flippin' cool. So there's only 7 issues, so and we're going at it pretty fast here, so we should be able to kind of get all 7. Particularly because I have no idea what the story is. You know, I like I said, I tried reading the first one, just couldn't get into it, but I bought it because I like Marc Silvestri and his art is inspiring to me. So this doesn't look like he did it. This uh perhaps I don't know. What do you think? It doesn't look like one of his pages. So yeah, I'll buy stuff. I mean, heck, I bought I bought Spawn books and I can't. Spawn to me is unreadable. If you enjoy Spawn, great, good for you. Read what you like, buy what you like. I get it when Todd McFarlane does the um, covers or the art inside. I don't get it any other time. I just do not. I I don't. His writing doesn't do anything for me. But I sure love his drawings. So I just can't get past this rendering. Wow. I do like his style. His If this is his new style, then by all means, go for it. That does look like a very creepy mask. So I have a feeling this is an Elseworlds. Since he created Image or co-created Image and created his own imprint, he just doesn't draw that much. So whatever you can get that he gives us, then by all means. And so it doesn't look like we have his drawings. So now we're in issue 4, so 3 to go. So every time he says special thanks to and then he names the artist, I keep thinking maybe that's why some of those pages look like somebody else drew them. So, man, very cool. Joker's so sadistic. I do wish that these artists like Marc Silvestri, um, I don't mind their plotting, because I'm sure they have great ideas. I mean, for goodness gracious, they're quite the artists. So he should have some ideas on what to do, but I wish they would work with a scripter that can really get the story outlined well. I'm sure maybe I'll try, you know, to read this again some other time, but I I don't know. I just prefer looking at the pretty pictures, and that's what we're doing here. So, like I said, the story just didn't grab me, but the art does. So, look at this. Like I said, I think he's using marker. So I take it based on this that Joker did something bad. So it's all right. Great panel here, or this pose of Batman. Very cool. Look at that. So in this one, unlike the other one, does have some inks. So you can definitely see he's using marker and just the pen. He's a great composer of the images, for certain, or as the kids say nowadays, for sure. Definitely marker and pen. All right, so I miscounted last time. So five, six, and seven are left. So now we got three left. So and we're about. Oh, this looks good. I'll probably pick that up. I like Christopher Priest art. This looks pretty cool. I'll probably get it when it's in a trade off Amazon, because Amazon always sells things for about 30% cheaper than a comic book store. So, and then my daughter works at a used bookstore, so I go in there to, and they have so much stuff that I can get for cheap, really cheap, because she also gets a discount. So on top of their discounts, great panel here. Man, Marc Silvestri just renders the heck out of this. It's very cool. So different. In this era where everybody just try to draw a nice image, it's really nice to see someone just um using just a pen, just going with the pen. I like this costume of Batgirl. Of all the costumes she's had, that is probably one of my favorite ones. I got the Batgirl of Burnside trade. I'd never got the single issues, but I did get the trade. I just thought the art looked really good. The story wasn't too bad, but so I've looked through this many times. I still haven't been able to put the story together. I just, like I said, I read pieces here and there, but I'm more art driven. Oh, than I am story driven with these comic books because I like to draw. But when they're well written, I may not buy the single issues. So I'll buy single issues on some of the newer stuff. If I like the art, but I'll get the trade if it's well written. So, if that makes sense. So we got a little bit of black and white art here. Yeah, markers and pens. Sometimes I wonder if he's just using microns, and these would be just some kind of like bigger marker. Man, look at these heads. This is cool. Yep, some white media there. Ooh. So we're in issue number 6. 2 issues to go. Oh, the original Superboy, or not the original, but the '90s version. When I saw this project was announced, I was very excited. I was a little disappointed when I saw that, you know, the art, or not the art, the writing was him. Just because, some people have their strengths, and some people can do both, like John Byrne, Walter Simonson, um, are two of the primary ones that are able to do both the writing and the drawing. Jack Kirby, after he left Marvel, he was able to write and draw. Ooh, look at that. But for the most part, some of these people have their strength, and they're all storytellers. I think they can, like I said, they can plot, layout, give you great visuals, but sometimes just, like I said, working with a scripter and someone to be able to tell a more, um, I don't know, a more satisfying reading experience. But these definitely are beautifully. This is beautifully drawn. This book. So when the trade comes out in the used bookstore, I will definitely get it because I'm sure there'll be all the variant covers. So there were quite a few variant covers. Variant covers is where things are at. Great rendering here of Batman. All right, so we got some inked pages. I wonder why that other issue didn't have one. Oop, look at that. So, last part. If you have this series and you read it, in the comment section, you can let me know if you enjoyed the actual story, or if you were, just satisfied like I am of just looking at the pretty pictures. Marc Silvestri can draw very, very well. Look at this. I think, like I said, it's all right if you enjoy it. I always say buy what you like and enjoy what you enjoy. I'm not judging. Just because I don't find a story particularly well written doesn't mean that you don't think that it's the greatest story you've ever read. So it's perfectly fine. Art and writing is an art. It's subjective. So I am a huge fan of Marc Silvestri, so that's why I have this. So hmm. When I first saw the team up, I'm like, this isn't gonna work because the Joker's the Joker. But this is why I said it. I believe it's an Elseworld because this Harley Quinn has evolved from being the Joker's sidekick in the current DC universe. So I think that's why I believe that this is a alternate version. So lots of beheadings. Oh, boom. And so we're almost there. And right here, the end. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope hope that you enjoyed the video and just loved looking at Marc Silvestri's beautiful drawings. So like and subscribe. Thanks for listening.